O le mama mo tiana no le mata e whanau te mohi si o mea i footballs and frisbees. O se luma ia te nei vai I te tua rana whale tuai I karakata I na tia.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tim Marshall and this is Hamish Simpson. What you just heard was an excerpt of the first story in the Tribal series, translated into Samoan and read by a Pacifica director, Patrick Elliott. Tribal is a digital language platform with 5 editable children's ebooks built into it, with Samoan and Tongan currently supported, but we have an ability to incorporate any language. Unlike other standardised reading resources on the market, Tribal has flexibility to adapt to each reader's individual reading level. Seamless interaction between the child and the story is what makes our product unique.
We have in place people and processes to deliver on our business objectives effectively. We did this by holding a board of directors meeting twice a week and using a skill matrix. We aligned our skills with the practical roles and needs of our company. Another example of our company processes is that 2 directors approve every financial expenditure and have it filed digitally and on paper. Tribal is sold as a download online, and where there is no internet, Tribal is sold as a USB drive. This accommodates rural communities, islands, or customers who simply want a physical copy. Every child can edit the character names, locations, cultural features of each story. We conducted initial pilot testing with St James Primary, a school with a 70% Pacifica role. Here, we found that aforementioned interaction increased their comprehension by an average of 41%. Our mission here is to educate equally across all cultures and socioeconomic situations by making our product multilingual and inexpensive. Tribal had 3 core company objectives throughout our fiscal year. First, the financial objective of 20 sales. We broke even after the sale of 5 units and eventually provided a 27.5% return on capital. Our second objective was 2 primary school sales by August, and our third was the objective of mass distribution. This was done via our sale to the PSA. We have achieved all of our objectives this year.
The production process is minimal. We wrote the stories in the term on holidays, coded the software ourselves by week 3 of term 2, and the only production process remaining was that of the custom USB drives. Now the supply chain for that is simple. The USBs are built by an ethical manufacturer in Florida, sent to our Tribal post box, and we quality control every unit by testing each story on every Tribal USB before shipping it off. We can upscale production whilst maintaining quality control by batch installing the software onto our USB drives or distributing online through our docker.edu website.
Our target markets for this platform are schools and community organisations. Currently, our focus is schools with high roles of Pacifica students, but we're beginning to target the Chinese market in New Zealand. We conducted primary research at 3 schools, our partners St James, Diamond Harbour Primary and Mount Roskill Primary. Our partners Literacy Aotearoa assisted us in our secondary research and found that there is a distinct lack of adaptive, individualised language resources for primary and secondary school students. As you can see, Tribal is not a standardised learning resource. It's innovative and different. Our closest identified competitor is Education Perfect, and we beat them by 68% on price. Additionally, the editable ebook is unique to our software, and we have asserted our intellectual property on this matter.
We're marketing Tribal for the Education Gazette and through our webpage. We chose to market like this rather than use Google AdSense, as Google AdSense is relatively inefficient as we have a very specific target market. This sales strategy yielded good returns as we had orders from a diverse range of schools, and our pricing policies were separate for downloadable and USB content, with $5 for a download and USB cost $13.50. Our sales strategy yielded quantifiable achievements as we sold 30 units and 2 commercial licenses, including a sale to the New Zealand Public Service for their 62,000 members. To satisfy market need, we have a reliable customer support service on our website.
As mentioned, Tribal is a language program. It currently operates on Windows systems both online and offline. The key elements that make Tribal unique is the indigenous language. Linguists estimate that by the end of the century, 50% of the world's 6,500 languages will have disappeared. Tribal is a service that provides an answer to this.
Tribal is challenging the traditional methods of teaching literacy and preserving indigenous languages, something of vast importance in our multicultural country. It takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a child to raise the earth. so a Filipino community and a Samoan community. And we found that as children came to New Zealand from Samoa, Tonga, the Philippines, they would grow up in anglicised schools and thus they would lose their native language and their cultural connection. So we wanted to address this.
So you on that last slide, Tokyo expansion, tell us about that.
Right, yeah, so we were recently approached by the guy who founded Tokyo International School, and he asked, have you built it for Mac? And we replied honestly, no we haven't. And he said, right, well, can you build it? So we are looking at expanding into the international market through Mac, and at the same time looking to develop an iOS Android app.
Gotcha. Tell me, how do you get customers buying the product more than once?
More than once a year.
Yeah, like, do you have an idea of your staircase in terms of your future product development? Or?
Yeah, so we've adopted a very similar system to what is used for the Adobe products, where it's sort of like you buy an individual product and there's a license key on that, and that is for the use. So a school may purchase, say, 30 units for that school, and that's for 30 students each. And from there, for large scale purchases, we may go into negotiations about pricing, etc., etc. But at the moment, we're just doing sort of individual.
So if the commercial license would appear to say in which we put a maximum license key limit of 62,000 on it.
Gotcha. But in terms of when the users get older and older, do you have an idea of the
Yeah, so we don't need to resell it because they have all the reading levels are incorporated into each one, and we have opportunity, like the customer support service includes a system where they can email us, say we've got a new computer, we're upgrading, reinstall it, here's your product again.
Yes,
Compliment on your financial statements and
Thanks.